I needed that.
Oh, thank you. Okay, well, welcome to episode 2 of Glassin' and Laughin'. This is a podcast where I introduce you to the most interesting people I know. I'm your host, Eric Grendel, and across from me is one of my dearest friends. He is a member of the Midwest Vans LTD, a dog lover, coach of a fantastic softball team called the Birds, one of the funniest people I know, and one of my oldest friends ever. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Ragaman.
Ragaman drop on the rain. Ragaman got your man. Ragaman fly to Japan. Ragaman he don't ever land. Ragaman man. Ragaman man.
Ragaman.
Okay.
That's sweet. I need that.
I bet you didn't know you had a theme song either.
I didn't. I love it. I enjoy it.
It is quite nice.
I want that to play every bar I walk into.
One day it will. And just for better measure, it should just pop up.
The picture.
There it is. Boom! Ragaman. Get ready. Let's talk about this picture. What was going on there?
It was one of like the first within the first 5 to 10 selfies I ever took with a phone. I forget exactly why I took it. I think I was about to shave it all off for some sort of reason.
I mean, those are the eyes are kind of sad right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I got sad eyes. It's really everything that I just tucked deep inside. It's my emotions just being pushed.
I'm also a fan of leaving. I don't do the sticker on the top of the bill.
No, that's for idiots.
I do the bottom sticker.
Yeah,
sometimes it's like genuine.
Yeah, it's official.
Yeah.
When people leave the price tags on and the shit that covers the whole bill, they're fucking idiots.
Yeah,
it tells you, your hat size, and it's ridiculous. Yeah. Stop it.
I'm not into that. I mean, I'm into some things, but definitely not that.
Never liked my mustache, though. My mustache,
you got a good mustache right now.
It's the last thing to come in, but it's never thick enough that I don't appreciate it.
I have that problem. It's never thick enough.
Well, as I get older, that's happening.
That shit. Okay, so what would this podcast be without glassing? We're gonna open up a bottle of Francis Coppola.
Ooh.
Of course, Nicolas Cage's uncle.
Yes.
And this is a Claret or Claret.
I don't know. A 2020?
It's a 2020. This is 2017
months?
Black Label.
Ooh.
It had gold shit on it, so.
Gold shit.
Just like.
Cost you extra?
Yeah. Oh, probably like $16. Sometimes
easy.
Sometimes I don't pay attention. I just pay for it.
Yeah.
Like this house.
Yeah.
For example.
I mean, nowadays you got a kid, you got to start watching that stuff. Got some responsibilities. Kid and 3 dogs. I got 2 dogs, but no kids, so I don't care what I spend money on.
And this is my first time using this wine opener, but I got to tell you,
like it's ridiculous.
It is.
It work well?
Extremely easy. You just twist it.
It could work well.
And then boom. So
it looks flimsy. I don't trust it.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it up with the others.
No, we got to get you some sort of vase to start filling up.
Well, what kind of guest would I be, or host would I be if I didn't fill you first?
That's right. Don't let that bottle touch. Be classy.
Is that a thing?
It is. So when I first started dating Melody, I poured her wine, and I'd always touch the bottle to the glass, and that's like a
no-no?
It's like a manners,
Okay.
You don't touch the bottom of the glass.
Well, no.
I mean, I don't have any manners.
Okay, here's the Friendship and South School and Courtesy Bears.
What? Oh my God. Courtesy Bears, South School. What was it that we used to get if we did like nice things are
You
good.
got a courtesy ticket, and then if you did something bad,
Discourtesy.
a discourtesy ticket, and they were
What could you use them
They
for?
were blue. I know the discourtesy ticket was blue, and a courtesy ticket was yellow or orange. Just a little background. Me and Dan have known each other since we were in kindergarten
Kindergarten.
at South School in Des Plaines, Illinois. And just a little reminiscent here. I mean, how old are we in kindergarten? I should know, 6. Or 5 to 6.
Was it kindergarten at South School, or where did you go to preschool?
I went to preschool in Harwood Heights.
Okay, so it wasn't from preschool.
Yeah.
Sometimes that escapes my mind. It was from South School.
South School.
I don't know how long. I mean, I know you're like.
You're 5 to 6. You were 6. I was 5. You have an early birthday, not more.
Respect your elders.
Later in the year.
Yeah, kindergarten. Wow, what a run! And now we're 35. How long ago? Jesus Christ.
Jesus. I just remember in 4th grade you were taller than our teacher, Miss
This is
Abend.
a band.
Miss Abend.
A band.
And
Old ass bitch.
used to look down at her. Mm-hmm. Gave her attitude. That was when we first started talking about sperm in class, and
I did.
well, we were like reading about it. I think I remember you reading about it, and
I read something.
yeah, it was definitely a book about sperm. So
It was probably just like a porno I had seen from my brothers. I didn't read shit.
yeah, well, you definitely introduced me
Well,
to all the bad things in life.
yeah.
From,
I'm proud of where you're at now because it could have been a lot worse for you, and it is for others. I didn't do a lot of favors for people, but I had 2 older brothers, so things happen.
yeah, we used to steal Lucky Strikes from your dad and go smoke them at South Hill.
Yep, behind the tree on the side of the hill.
So back in the day, we'd steal cigarettes from his dad. His dad smoked Lucky Strikes, unfiltered. Like, that's the worst way to start smoking. And
That's
then you
not how you want to ease into cigarette smoking habit.
think we wouldn't smoke after that.
No, you think that would turn us off for sure.
But then you go up to the sled hill with a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of cologne. Like, they're never gonna know. They're never gonna know.
When you were kids, we were kids. It felt like, oh man, we got this down pat. Like, got the cologne, we got our scents ready. We got mouth mints or all this
Gum.
shit. Yeah, they're not gonna have a clue.
Yeah.
What idiots we were.
It's funny because now Liam is 6 years old, and he's gonna get to that age eventually, and Stacy's like, who knows what kids do now,
Sexting,
Yeah, with the cell phone.
online bullying. That's the thing I'm glad we didn't have, because that seems like I was bullied a little bit. Even as big as I was, there was one year where it was actually a good friend. It was Ali Zarko, and I was the fat
He
kid.
would bully?
He bullied me for
Really?
being fat, and I tried my damnedest to catch him. If I would have gotten a hold of him, it would have been over for him. But it was a little bit of a rough time. I actually
I fucked with you a little bit, huh?
Well, yeah, I stayed home from school because I didn't want to deal with it one day. It was
Wow.
it was bad for a minute.
What year was this?
It was at South School. It was
So before 6th grade was over.
probably 4th or 5th, yeah. It wasn't long lasting, for sure. But
That is so out of character
it's something
for
that
Ali.
stays. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, he's a great guy,
he
for
might
sure.
have, yeah, he might have been going through some shit, or he might have
Well,
been
he
like,
probably wanted
he
to
probably
try
thought it
and
was
up
hilarious.
his status, and everybody's always trying to up their status and popularity when you're, going through all school and trying to get your ground.
It's
all ridiculous.
One of those things that wish I could go back,
Fuck you, Ali.
be the smart. He came to my house
I haven't seen him forever. I love that
the
guy.
day after Christmas or Christmas Day. He came over
At your mom's?
here.
Oh, okay. Were you guys all here?
No. It was just he texted me on Christmas Eve, and he was like, "Hey, my mom gave me something that reminded me of you. Can I come by and drop it off?" And I was like, "Sure, fuck yeah, dude." So he came over on Christmas Day. Haven't seen him in a couple years.
Yeah.
And he gave me 2 pictures of myself.
Just you?
When I was wearing a white suit for like junior prom.
You weren't even with anybody else in the
No.
picture?
What's he gonna do with pictures of me? I was like, just throw them away.
Yeah. Those are fun to have, though. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's always fun to look back at these pictures, like these fucking things you got
Yeah, I
here.
got a couple good pictures over there.
Talking about Ali, man. Remember fucking was it the bachelor party weekend and you had to be back at your grandma's church to do something for the next day? We were up for like until, 4 or
Ali's
5.
bachelor party?
We were at Ali's house. We slept at his house. I think it was his bachelor party. We woke up. You started driving. I passed out, and then I woke up, and we
In
were
Peoria,
we
too,
were,
right?
Yeah, we were parked in a rest stop
Wow.
because you pulled over.
I slept in there. And then
And we
I
had
had
to
to put up a Christmas tree, and I used
Then
to
we
go-
drove straight to the church.
Yeah.
You got out. I drove your car to like your mom's house or whatever, and then I got home, and then you just went straight to the church to do whatever. You're too nice.
I couldn't do that shit now. Man. Well,
Not without a bunch of help from drugs.
yeah. I think it was like guilt that was driving me where I was like, I know I fucked up last night. I was just drinking a bunch or whatever the fuck. And then I'm like, all right, I'll go to church. I'll do a good deed, help these ladies out. Man,
We'll drive
It's
from
washed.
Peoria to get to church after a bachelor party when we were 20-some years old.
I'd like to see these kids do that nowadays.
Pussies. No, I
Yeah,
can't handle it.
They can't. I can't stand it when I'm driving down the street, even in the old neighborhood, and I see a kid on a bike texting, just riding his bike going like this. I'm just like, you motherfucker.
I want to
man.
run them over.
Like I can't get behind that. We are the last
of
era
a dying breed. It's a different
of
thing.
children who didn't have a cell phone
Yeah.
until like later high school. We had beepers.
I didn't have a cell phone until high school was over. I
got-
had a pager. I was like the last one to get a pager, and I was like, I had my license already, I think.
You were the
'Cause
first one to get a license.
Yeah, one of the first ones. That was fun. Toyota Tercel.
Who got a license before you?
Probably like Pete O'Toole, but I mean, like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, his birthday is before you.
I don't remember him ever picking us up though.
This is true.
I remember that was so I was turning 16. It was 1999. December 3rd was my 16th birthday, but they just put the law into place where you had to have your permit for like 6 months or something before you can get your license. So I couldn't get it until January, and it was turning into 2000, the new millennium, and everybody's freaking out how like the world was gonna end. And I was
Oh,
like, son
yeah.
of a bitch! If this all ends, I never
I
got
finally
to
get
drive
my
a car.
license.
You wanted to drive a car so bad, yeah. Remember that? That was like you wanted it so bad, just to drive.
Oh, I mean, my dad was letting me drive when we were young.
Oh yeah,
But to have your own car, I mean,
legally. Yeah.
he used to have. Look at this bad boy right here. There it is.
Oh my God, really? How do you have a picture of that thing? Look at how beautiful it was. My aunt kept that car in such
I don't.
good...
This one
That's
isn't
not
yours.
mine.
This is just
Okay.
the
I was
exact
gonna say, that's
same
not mine.
fucking car. I think yours was a 4-door.
I didn't have that
No,
black
yours was
shirt.
2-door.
No,
It was 2-door.
There's no 4-door Tercels.
They didn't make the 4-door.
That looks
Tercel.
like that's not an 89.
I don't know what year that is, but I mean, you try to Google red Toyota Tercel and find something that doesn't look more like your car than that.
Yeah, it's close. It ain't quite there. That one's in good shape though.
Yeah, that was nice. That was real nice.
It was good
I
times.
remember the smell of it, cigarettes, and we were just like
My Pez dispenser.
Pez dispensers.
Construction hat that I got from your old man. That construction hat saved my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to wear it all. I used to wear it a bunch when I was driving, bumping like that stupid CD I has like, and Back to Africa. It was like dance music. It's like the first EDM shit. Before it was like EDM. It's like shut up. And I bumped that, but one day John Stubing was having it.
Wait, where is it? It's It began in Africa.
Is this the same fucking thing?
This is the song.
No way.
I found this shit.
I probably still have the CD.
Yeah, I hope it works.
Well, where are you gonna put it in? I got nothing to place.
Yeah. This computer, no CD player. I got all these CDs. I got my car, still has it though.
Pull it in.
Pull it up.
No.
Africa.
It doesn't sound like the same beat though.
It might not be.
I like that you remember it though.
That's the one thing I do remember is it began in Africa.
I played it over and over. I had my times with music. It was never a bunch of different music. It was like I'd stay on the same shit for a month, then go on to another thing,
Yeah.
That's when you had the CD. It was the Discman, and you plug in the cord
The tape?
into the headphones and put the tape in the tape.
Yeah, This didn't come with a CD player. This was a cassette. You're lucky you had a cassette player in there.
True story. So the construction helmet, though, was with
yeah.
John Stubing. It broke up with Nicole Wagner.
Oh, shit. This
You know, and the hots for her, and we always were hanging out with her. And it was Dairy Queen parking lot, and he was like trying to talk to her or whatever. And he was in front of the Toyota Tercel while I was in it. I was trying to get out of the lot, and I let my foot off the clutch, and it jerked forward, and he came out
when
and
you
over
hit
the
him.
hood. I hit him, and then he came over and started like trying to close. I was getting out to be like, "Are you okay?" Like it was an accident. He started trying to close the door on my head. I had the construction helmet on, so I was just laughing. And he got
the
so
most
pissed.
opportune time you're
Oh
wearing a
my! If I
construction
wasn't
helmet.
wearing
It was
that
yellow
thing,
too,
it could have
right?
been. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. That was your color for a while.
If I wasn't, yeah, it was. I don't know why. It's so weird. John's
It's
all
a
right
long
now.
problem. John's all right now. No, I always thought that was outside Nicole Wagner's house.
No, Dairy Queen.
Yeah, Dairy Queen's right there. I mean, it's not there anymore.
No.
Now it's further south.
Yeah.
But now it's a place that just can't stay in business. Like
No,
Barbecue
the barbecue
joiners.
joint, that's closed. That's been closed. The barbecue joint was bad. When I was on strike, we got it a couple times, but now it's closed out. It's nothing.
you ever been to that Gales right there?
Always. That's the best breakfast in Des Plaines.
First time I ever went there was like a month ago.
It's the best breakfast in
It
Des
was good.
Plaines.
It was good. It was good. I mean,
It's great.
you can't fuck up my breakfast. I do the
Yeah,
eggs,
you're
hash
simple. You're a
browns.
simple man.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Hey, different strokes for different folks, but you're always simple man. I remember you were like it was a couple years back. You're like, I'm trying new things now. I'm like, you ain't trying new shit.
Yeah, let's try something. You
He
know.
had a piece of shrimp.
It's good.
Yeah, shrimp's delicious.
Yeah. So I mean, this was manual too, right?
No, mine was manual. Yeah.
Yeah. This was not automatic. So
No.
not only was it like having a Discman
Yeah.
bumping
stick
that,
shift.
like
I'm glad it was too, man. Learn to stick shift. Have you ever
get a
driven a
feel
stick
for a
shift?
car. I have, but I've never owned one.
Yeah.
But
It's a thing that I think it's
everybody
good to
should
know.
do.
Yeah.
I think it's probably good for like initial, like when you're starting to drive.
Oh yeah.
Get a good feel for how a car really moves.
Yeah, yeah, and you're controlling it.
Yeah,
You can-
that's
you can-
one thing I take for granted is just like I don't know understand the gears.
Yeah.
Like you could feel it, but I don't even notice it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I bet you feel it.
Oh yeah, it's different in the manual. But I mean, it was a Toyota Tercel. Like if I was gonna get in like Ross's Vet or something, it'd be a whole different game.
Oh, just because it's kicking more.
Well, right, and there's different gears and there's different. I think I don't know.
What was that? 4?
That was. No, I
Five.
think it was 5, but you never get to the 5, you know. If you get to 5 too quick, it's like.
I mean, I don't even. Were you driving on the highway with that thing?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was definitely the gray interior, though. I remember that.
It's
That's
pretty much the same as that. It didn't have the black stripe down the side.
didn't?
No,
oh, okay. Well,
it didn't.
this was every morning though, and it was me, you, Ali, and Kyle Manis, right? Or I know it was me, you, and Ali,
Yeah, for sure.
or me, you, or was it Kyle Erickson and Rosedale? And I used to pick up Ali and Kyle when I got the
Yeah,
Jeep.
because it changed. Yeah, because now I can't remember who I was picking up for school.
Or Nate even,
It could have been Nate.
but then he. No, yeah,
No,
well, he went to
wasn't-
Maine West though.
Yeah,
didn't
but he didn't have a car for a while. Yeah, he only went to
he only went to Iroquois for
to
the
the
year.
8th grade. Yeah, he was like the only one who stayed.
It's probably a cool experience. I mean,
I guess.
just when you heard year-round school.
Well,
like
yeah, it's a terror, and now a lot of places are doing it.
we went to Iroquois Junior High, and
7th grade.
7th grade, and then once 8th grade hit, it turned into a year-round.
It was like
Like
9 weeks on, 5 weeks off, 9 weeks on,
Trimesters or
5
something.
weeks off.
But then it opened up. It was just 7th and 8th grade. It opened up like 5th through
Yeah.
8th, and we ended up assimilating into Algonquin.
Everybody left except for
Yeah.
Nate. I can't even think about anybody else like in our group.
Yeah, and then we kind of met a new group.
Oh yeah,
Kinda-
I think it was good.
It was. I mean, it
Remember-
probably made us more social.
It did
You
for
know?
sure. But remember, like the 8th grade year. Remember, there was it was the Mexicans against the whites. Like it was a
Yeah.
whole racial war. And there was that one day Israel Pinedo
Brian
and Brian Johnson.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped when he had
Yeah,
his backpack.
Nobody helped him.
Somebody hit him, and like he
was
hit him, and his
Israel.
backpack had his arms back, and he just kept swinging on him. It was like later on that night. It was like a movie. I was playing basketball, and like at halftime we were like in the locker room, and all of a sudden Robert Perez runs in, and he's got a shoelace wrapped around a skateboard wheel, and he's like, they're coming after me, and like there's a fight going on outside. We're like, what the fuck?
I think I remember Shane Overton bringing a mace, a ball and chain.
Yeah, it was like we're going to war.
It was. It was really built up. It was kind of fucked up, a bunch of 8th graders in a race war. And then we became like good friends with all like the Mexicans. I met Cheeto
I was fucking 4'10". I was like, whatever. I mean,
I'm gonna stay big.
yeah, I was gonna fight anybody. Fuck.
Well,
that.
usually it's you guys who do fight the guys, but you weren't that guy, thankfully.
No.
And then I met Charlie, and I'm like,
He was that guy.
Charlie, unless there's like 2 guys beating you up for a fight that you picked, I'm not jumping in.
No, but he could swing. When I went to college with him, he was scrappy individual who was just running by, and he wasn't afraid. That separates you from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
If you can just not be, everyone's afraid. They think they're made of glass. One punch, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's it? Okay.
Yeah. I could imagine being the littler guy because I was the big guy. It worked to my advantage because I didn't ever have to get to a fight. It's intimidating enough the size of me, but I was scared inside. I don't want to fight.
Nobody does, dude. I mean,
No, there's plenty of people who do.
yeah, actually a lot of fucking people
Yeah.
fight.
It's ridiculous. It's solid wine. Good for you.
It's good, man. I love that Francis Coppola. I got it because I love The Godfather. And what else did he do? Apocalypse Now and everything.
Who gives a shit? Did he?
Yeah.
All right. Let's laugh about something. Ask me a question.
Okay. Anyway, so do you remember?
No.
Okay. Oh,
Go with it.
do you remember that one time? Okay, there's
One
so many
time.
one times. A couple of things, like when I was thinking about, things that we've done together. One thing I remember is like when we went to that one Cubs game, and we sat next to that guy who walked for Ron Santo, and he like walked from Arizona to Chicago
With the 2 fake legs right from the
Yeah.
knee down.
He had 2 fake
Yeah.
legs. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden we're sitting next to this guy, and people keep on coming up, and they're going, "You're a hero."
Yeah,
You're a
for
hero.
that-
We're like 6 beers in.
Yeah.
We're like, "What the fuck do you do?"
Did you save a child from a burning building or what?
Yeah, I say it's a busload of
You
children.
walked from Arizona to here for the JDRF, right? Pussy.
What's that? What's JDRF? That's
The
a
junior juvenile diabetes, yeah. Because Ron Santo had diabetes. He got both of his legs clipped off, one at a time, though.
I think that's how they do it. They clip them
Yeah, I clip
like
them. Yep.
scissors.
Yeah, it's yard shears, garden shears.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm well-
that's one way.
I'm well on my way to diabetes. I'm working on it.
I'm trying to, withstand. Luckily, I don't have that much of a sweet tooth.
Oh,
but
man, I just eat.
So anyway, yeah. How about that cheating in the MLB? I mean, I think we should just let everybody cheat,
No, I mean,
or at least just take PEDs.
the thing of PEDs are fine with. Let them all do that. That makes it all more fun, and they're all doing it anyways, just like they're all cheating anyways. But if you get caught, that's on you.
Would they have like cameras or something?
Well,
I didn't read.
They
it.
were using.
I just know
I
it.
don't read anything. I listen to sports talk, but it was they were using the cameras. There's a guy using the camera behind like the. He was
Like he
sitting behind.
Belichicked it. Didn't Belichick have like cameras?
Yeah, I don't know about that. There was
Oh,
cameras
okay.
on like practice. This is a whole different thing. This is like live action game time, and a guy who worked for the team who sat like right behind home plate or off to the left a little bit. He would
In the stands, like a fan.
No, he was at a table. It was
Okay.
in front of fans. He was like actually working, but he's right on there. And he had a live feed of the game, but the camera would be showing where the catcher's hands, what he's throwing up, and then he would, I guess, hit the lid of the garbage can down, however many times for
That
a
was the
curveball.
Astros shit, right? Where they're banging, you could hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I know.
That's what I know. I think they did a couple other ways, but people have been cheating forever.
Didn't Boston get busted too, or
Well, Boston did
Some guy
because-
had to step down. Some head
There
coach.
was a guy in Boston. His name's escaping me right now. But the year they won their last World Series, he was there, and then he went to work for the Astros, and then the Astros won the World Series, and it was back to back, and they both beat L.A. The L.A.
This
Dodgers.
dude is just banking.
Well, he
I wonder
was
what-
banking. Now
Did
he
he get a
got
fine?
fired.
Did he get a fine, though?
The team got fined $5 million. He can't
He'll
he
get
can't
a
be in
job.
the MLB for. It doesn't matter if these guys get a fucking job or not. They got enough cash.
He'll get in. He can't be in there for like 2 years.
1 year for the one that guy.
He gets a year vacation.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
it was
much
1 year.
paid.
It doesn't matter if they're paid or not. These guys have enough, you know, unless they're complete idiots like what was his name, Sean Kemp with like 8 kids.
Yeah, he's got like 16 kids by like 8 different women. I mean,
Idiots. They're all fucking idiots. But I mean, who knows?
well, nobody's
Nobody's telling them any better.
there 18 with.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden I got a big bank account. I'm gonna go get a great car,
Yeah,
a house. I'm gonna buy a house for my
I'm gonna get
mom.
a helicopter that matches my top today. Okay, you know,
Why not?
I don't know.
What about what's his name? Fucking, he wasn't even good. He played for the Bears and he got caught up with all those pounds of weed in Rosemont. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know his name, but I know
his
exactly. He got caught with like
He was like-
a 15-footer
name. Yeah,
full of weed.
yeah. He's like the number.
Curtis Conway, no.
No, he's like the number
That guy
4
was-
receiver too. It's like, what are you doing,
A
dude?
couple years, like you don't got cash. He's probably like, I got all this money. I'm gonna turn,
And why are you there
I'm
for
gonna turn
the,
25 grand into 50 grand.
Why? Well, I mean, you can make some money, but why are you there doing the deal where it's always, he's
He
smart.
probably doesn't trust anybody. Keeps everyone close,
And that's how he got caught.
That's how you got fucking caught. So anyway, what do you think about this whole? I know you're big into dogs, as I alluded to in your
Yeah,
intro.
It's a new thing in my life since we've gotten dogs of our own.
Yeah, you got Honey, and then you got Ginger,
Mm-hmm.
and they're 2 female dogs, a couple
Yes.
of bitches, right?
I like the bitches actually.
I mean, I have 1 bitch and 2 dicks. I never thought I'd go for a bitch, but
I think they're easier, the bitches.
how
I
so?
feel like, I don't know. I don't think they're. I feel like if I had some male dogs, it's just more of like you're a man. You have the more aggression, or you're just an asshole more than a female is. They're more subdued. Sorry, women. I don't mean to make it sexist or anything, but
No, go ahead. They don't care. There's no
I mean,
women.
Ginger's not fixed.
I took this from you. Look,
There,
it's
boy.
that coaster.
See? I'm telling you,
Do that
tips.
down
I
for
got
you.
them.
No
No,
bang.
it should be for you, yeah.
For us.
Production.
For you.
For you
Oh.
out there. But honey, so Ginger's not fixed yet, so she bleeds every 6
See,
months.
I don't
or
know
so.
if I can get behind that.
It's not hard, man. They got these doggy diapers.
But like, does she ever just bleed on the couch?
No,
This is so ignorant of me. I don't know anything.
no. Well, I mean, she'll bleed on the couch if you don't have her in a diaper because she's bleeding out of
You
it.
gotta know.
Yeah, but when you put her diaper on, and then before you let her out to go potty, you take the thing off. She comes back in. You put it back on. When it gets dirty, you throw it in the wash. You have 2 of them,
Yeah, that's a lot.
and it's like a week. But it's hard. We thought about braiding her. We couldn't get her fixed until 2 years because that was the contract we signed with Melody's aunt, who
It's
was the
brutal to do it before that, or it fucks
Well,
with,
there's
they could tear ACLs faster, or some
There's-
weird shit.
But there's a bunch of different things that could happen to different breeds of dogs. But it's like the difference was like 6%. So I'm like, whatever. But we signed a contract. But
Yeah.
now she's over 2 years. And we were talking about it just last night. Her aunt's coming into town, so we're going to talk to her more about it. Because now we don't kind of want to get her fixed. Now it's just that,
It is what it is.
I don't want to change her now.
Yeah, it might fuck with her head.
I don't know. And her pussy gets really huge. That's why.
Really?
So, sorry, everybody, but I slowed down for dogs taking poops because it's just I don't know. It's an art.
What do you mean you slowed down?
Like when I'm working and I'm driving the truck on the route, and I see a dog fucking do the squat. I'm interested. How's this dog? Dog.
Like this? What are they,
Yeah. How are they gonna do it? What kind of loaf are they laying down?
kind of loaf.
And then I start judging the people because that's how you pay attention to your dog's health is how their poo looks.
Yeah.
If it comes out all sloppy, what the hell are you feeding your dog for?
And there's a thing to how they kick their legs out too.
Mm-hmm.
More of the smell comes from their paws and their shit. Some weird pheromone thing.
Well, it's after they shit. Both of our dogs, anyways, they do a scratch on the ground to put down their scent.
Yeah, from their paws. Though.
From their paws.
Yeah,
I was here. That's my loaf. This is my scent.
Territorial thing.
Yeah,
kind of.
exactly.
They fuck your grass up, but it is what it is.
Melody always gets mad. They fuck your grass up, but I always have just vacuumed, and then they come in after scratching, and Honey's
their
always
claws.
everywhere.
Yeah, and especially when it's wet and then it dries,
fucking
and
worse.
it gets everywhere. Stacy thinks I'm crazy because I'll pull the vacuum out and just go, fuck, I can't. It's on the couch.
So there's a thing you should get that we got. It's like a.
I got it, but
you got to. It takes. You got to get them used to it.
Yeah.
And you got to grab them and kind of force them into it.
and then you got to dry them after. So it's like a thing that you put water in and you scrub them, and there's like brushes.
Yeah, you put. Yeah.
But then like, I don't know. We tried it. We still have it, but like, it was just getting them wet.
You got to lay down a towel.
Yeah, you got to dry it off.
It's a whole procedure.
Yeah.
But I mean.
It's either that or you take a paper towel and you get it wet, and then
or it's that, or you're gonna fucking have to mop every day or Swiffer or whatever.
That's why I like let's move to Arizona where it's dry. Fuck
it. I mean, it sounds
Their
great,
paws will crack.
but it's like when it's 100 and whatever degrees out. I guess I could withstand that.
You get used to it, just like when it's here and it's fucking. We have 6 inches of snow and it's what was it last year? Below zero by whatever.
This winter's nothing compared to the last 10 years.
Yeah, this winter's puss. So with the dog thing, do you buy into the whole calculation of 7 dog years to 1 human year? Because I'm calling bullshit on that right now.
I like that.
I was thinking about it and I was like looking at my dogs and I was like, okay, so you're fucking 70? Fuck out of here. And some of the dogs are smaller and bigger. Some dogs live to be 16 versus 12. I mean, you can't really...
different breeds do different things.
It's an average.
So here's the reason I buy into it, kind of like the same thing with cats and their lifespan. Because, so we sleep at nighttime, and our day is 24 hours, and we sleep at night and get up for like 8 hours. Dogs sleep close to half of the day.
Yeah,
that's the hours they sleep for. So that's why I feel like they have 4 days, or maybe it's 7. That's the math that some beat off came up with. And cats sleep like 20 hours during the day. So they have like, however many days that is in one day. That's the reason I buy into it. Because when I sleep, then I wake up and it's a new day.
No, I hear you. I just hit the glass of the bottle. Dude.
It's okay.
It's just I'm disrespecting myself.
Just don't do that in front of my wife. I'll kill you.
So, April 1972. We're talking Lansing, Illinois. What comes to mind when I say April 1972?
Lansing, Illinois?
I'm talking Lansing, Illinois.
Nothing.
Not one thing comes up. Not even the start of the Midwest Vans.
Yeah, I knew
LTD.
1972 was when it started, but I didn't know it was in Lansing.
Well, I'm kind of a guy.
I like this. I like this effort you've done.
Goes into the meat and potatoes. This all started in a park in Lansing, Illinois.
You know what else started in 1972?
What's
Des
that?
Plaines, Illinois. It's called
Oh yeah, birds.
Birds.
1972. I mean,
that's what's on our memorial jersey with the. It's all white with the red sleeves, and there's the ears on the sides.
I should have had a jersey busted out.
Ridiculous.
Fucking amateur.
Yeah, 72 with the Midwest Van guys. That's when shit was real crazy. That's like when I got into it. You hear all the stories of that decade, and that's what you like. I want to see that now.
Yeah, there was some big. What was it? So a hot rod national trucking in Colorado that year. And,
NSVA.
Yeah, NSVA, and it was in Colorado. And Midwest Vans, there's like a bunch of guys who came together in Illinois, a bunch of Army vets and everything. And they went out there, and they had 20 vans. And there was another group, what were they called? I don't know what the fuck it was. But they had 21 vans. So they won for the
largest
club, and you guys were off by one van the first year you go into it. So you guys got some kind of snippet in Hot Rod magazine, and then from there on out, you guys blew up and had like 700 fucking plus vans.
Biggest club for a long time, still the biggest club.
And it got so big that you guys had to break off into different sections
because of into this somewhat
politics.
Oh well, yeah, there's different chapters for sure, and there's a lot of politics, especially back then. There was. I think at one point there was 4,000 members.
Yeah, but there was also parties where you guys had 20,000 plus people.
Oh yeah, well,
Like,
4,000 in our club.
4,000
The other
within the
clubs
club.
come.
And how do you manage that? You know, and it's all about throwing parties. That's the best
You
thing
don't
about it.
back then. You don't manage it. Did you watch the film on Netflix? That
I didn't. I seen it like years ago.
there's another one coming out, and if you look more into it, our chairman, who is still in the club, or he was the chairman back in the early days. He wrote articles for Rolling Stone, specifically about vanning back in the day. He was a big part of the vanning movement.
So you got into that from Derek, right?
Burgers.
The burgers. And then what kept you in this?
For me, it was all about just being free. That's what I loved about it the most, was getting out in the middle of nowhere, being able to do whatever you want. The only rules were you don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt anybody else. Have at it.
Well, so if there are any listeners listening or whatever, can give me an elevator pitch. What is vanning?
Oh, man, it's hard to
I
explain.
mean, just in its simplest form.
It's a different breed of people. It's very familial. Is that a word?
And it's mostly around a bunch of people with vans. It's
Like
as
mine.
simple
It's
as
all
that.
about vans.
But like mine's, but the vans is like it's kind of
It's kind of the culture there. So,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of guys who, there's a bunch of fucking gearheads in it who have really badass vans. And I'm not that guy. Anything I get done to my van, I'm paying for. I'm, paying for an interior, paying for the engine, paying for a paint job.
You're in a club full of those fucking guys, so you know who to get to
Right,
do
you
whatever.
go to certain people, and there's a bunch of other people on a different level. For me, it's more about just the atmosphere, environment that it brings to me. It's just no judgment, and you go, you're free, you're howling at the moon at 4 a.m. Well,
Yeah.
there's a camper full of people sleeping next to you. If they wake up, they won't. If they wake up, whatever, but
They
they
won't
won't
be
bitch
pissed.
at you. And if they bitch at you, you bitch right back at them, and then the next morning you have a drink with them.
Yeah, I've been to two. I went to one. I was going through like some kind of depression at that point. I was just
Is that the bluegrass one?
I forget when I was just sleeping in the camper. But then I went to one, and I do have a
Trophy?
wooden trophy from getting first place. This is the 28th International Truck in 2002.
That's the first van party I ever went to.
First band party you ever went to? Because that was the one I went. Because we won some kind of volleyball tournament.
Yeah,
It was me,
with
you,
Charlie.
Ronnie,
Yes.
and
we went to
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
we went to the concert, right? That we went to go see who sings Sweet Home Alabama?
Leonard Skinner?
Leonard Skinner.
I don't know if I made the concert. Was that the concert?
Well, a couple of us went to the concert. 'Cause
I might
me,
not
Derek, and Pete, I think, went to the concert. But we played that volleyball tournament. It was all us young guys who we went there with,
Yeah.
and then one old guy, Moondog.
And then we won, and we got that trophy. I think
That's
Lacey
the
was there.
first
even.
party I ever went to. That was with the bird. I had the Buick.
Burgers were there, yeah. Because I had the Pathfinder, so I drove up in a Nissan Pathfinder, and I had to park in a parking lot away from all the vans.
Yeah, you can't. You got to be outside of the campground area if you don't have a van.
It's definitely a different culture. It's
That was the first
very
part.
cool.
I didn't know you were there. I didn't even remember that.
yeah.
I puked side by side with Petey at that party, and
'cause
Burger started puking because of the sound.
People just walk around with like coolers full of shots, and you have your own shot glass. It's like Woody's shots.
It's our
And you
shot
ta-
bar.
you
Now
take-
it's Woody and the boys. It's been that way for a long time. Now we started a pub crawl. What I love about Midwest Vans is like the reputation is just the wild ones kind of, and we keep keeping it new. We started beer pong. When beer pong became a thing
Yeah.
when you guys were in college.
You guys are doing a
And
little
we brought it to
tournaments.
the van parties, and now it became a thing. They had like the belt. I can't believe you have that trophy. I got that trophy.
Yeah,
too.
man, I've been sitting on it. It's just a piece of wood with a sick decal. First place, volleyball, baby. I mean, Buck Lake Ranch,
Remember,
Angola, Indiana.
we came back from the concert, and Ronnie was all like kind of trying to stay on the down low because he got a BJ from some guy's
Trying to
daughter.
get with that bro.
No,
Yeah,
he did.
I remember in a tent.
And the guy was pissed. That's what we had back then. We had tents.
Yeah, because you guys don't. Now they have these elaborate vans. I mean, beds, whatever. I mean, your personal opinion, would you rather have the old school Explorer van or these new Sprinters and have it decked out? I mean, do you prefer the classic or like the tech?
No, for me, I like the new stuff, the modern stuff, just because I don't have the knowledge and enough money
fix
to
it
put
if
it
it
in there.
fucks
Right,
up.
right. You know, I want air conditioning.
Right.
I want space. I want to make sure I can get to, New York and back without being on the side of the road trying to change a belt or whatever that I don't know what the fuck.
I would love the body of like an old with the engine
Yes.
inside of a new.
You could do that. If I had enough money, I'd love to do
Enough
that someday.
money and
But
fucking time or whatever, you know.
I hate the guys. I don't hate the guys. There's a bunch of guys who have these great vans, but they haul them there in a car hauler, an enclosed car hauler, and then they pull it out and they put it in the show and shine. They get judged. They pull it back in. If I want to have a classic van, I'm a vanner. I want to fucking be able to drive that Butte down the road. You know, sure, I'm gonna get some bugs on it or whatever, but drive the fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, why have a car you never fucking drive? I mean, I don't get it. I'm not a car guy.
I'm not.
I don't have anything that I don't want to use. I like a pair of shoes, whatever. I don't know, a hat. Fuck it, I don't care.
I'm the same way. The reason I love the van is just because at any point I could sleep in it comfortably.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. It's a fucking rolling camper, and setting up a tent is such a cunt. I hate setting up tents, and not really
man.
setting it up, but taking it down. Remember the one part
about
you
my-
went to me, you were sleeping on the air mattress in
Yeah,
a
you had
tent,
the HHR,
and
yeah.
then it rained so bad that you were floating on that air mattress in all the water.
I don't remember. I was so.
Oh, you got lit.
Remember my bachelor party with your new van? Fuck, how'd that end up working out?
Yeah, it was
And
fine.
he rolled through a parking garage in
Oh,
Milwaukee and fucking
Actually-
scraped the roof because he was too big.
Yeah, well, it got in there. It got it. That's what pisses me off. Is it like I cleared everything to get into the opening to get in the parking garage?
And then it gets smaller? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
if I cleared the opening, I should be good. You lying to me? But it's not that bad. I haven't got it fixed, but it's like there's a couple of scratches.
And I don't want to, berate on the Midwest vans, but this is a very interesting thing for me. What's the 2% all about? It used to be on people's vans.
Yeah, so the 2% is so that NSVA is what I said earlier.
That's
and
the national?
I'm gonna sound terrible. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of this wrong if one of my van people are watching this. Sorry, but there was a point where there was a bunch of people who wanted. There was a majority of people who wanted to make it more family friendly and kind of out the people who were the crazy party and
They wanted
animals.
less acid and more children.
Right,
Okay.
and so then they threw a nationals, and then I'm not sure if it was our club. I think we had a part in it. We threw a different nationals that same year. Like, this is the real nationals, and it got a ton more attendance, and it became like, well,
Probably more word of mouth.
We're the 2%. We're the real vanners. The 2% that know. I forget exactly what it
So
was.
instead of going 1%, you guys did 2%.
Well, there was somebody said something in the NSVA who's like, well, it's only 2% of these people are like the people we want to get rid
Somebody
of.
dropped the 2%.
Yeah, it was straight up 2%.
And you're like, well, fuck you with the 2%.
Yeah.
We're going to put that on our
And
van.
now every vanner you go to, they got
Ah.
2% tattoos, 2% stickers on their van.
What if they would have said 3%? Fuck.
It could have been 3. You got to get longer cards.
2.5. Yeah, these, whatever.
It is. It's like the outlaw vanners, except for, we're just looking to have a good time. These people wanted to bring their families, kids. There was quiet times at their
What, do
parties.
they find this more profitable, or they're just
Well,
like,
they
well,
thought-
we got families now, so we got to deal
Back
with this.
then, like Goodyear was a sponsor, BF Goodrich, like big
so they
names,
had
and they
corporate-
wanted to try and keep it, kosher, so these people,
Well,
we
who,
look
who
respect.
knows what lengths it could have grown to,
Right.
or something.
Well, who gives a shit? But that's not what it's about. It's about the freedom. I'm glad it went that way. Because back then, like you said, there was 20,000 people at a van party.
Yeah.
And now we get, 1,000, maybe a little bit over at the biggest party of the year, which is Nationals.
Which, by all means, is still fucking huge.
It's great. But those
Not
are all
even-
the people that you want to be there. You don't got a bunch of kids and families that you got to worry about.
Right, because then you got to have vendors, and then you got to have more toilets. You got.
Oh, we have-
I
yeah.
mean, it gets bigger in scale. The price gets larger.
And there was a big thing, too. Like, when it was big back then, there was a lot of missing money things
Oh, yeah.
that happened
Oh.
because, People like money.
Money's motivation. People are dicks. I mean,
Well, man,
take it back to the days of Keep On Trucking, man. I mean, that's like Grateful Dead,
yeah.
but it was Keep Trucking, and they added an it to it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's a pretty fucking sweet slogan and a great logo. I
a
mean,
good
if I were to
logo.
get a tattoo of Midwest Vans,
The
van's tough, but the guy walking is tougher.
Yes, I agree completely. Pat's got the tattoo.
But so when I was talking about the old body with the new engine, you see how those headlights are?
Yep.
That's the body I want.
Yeah.
Like a midnight blue with that shit.
I always wanted
Wood grain interior. That
Yeah.
would be tough.
there's a bunch of cool shit. There's
Spinning
so much
seats,
different shit.
water
Yeah,
bed,
swivels. You got
lava
a
lamp.
waterbed. You don't want a waterbed.
I know.
That's a lot of weight to be dragging around.
Less gas.
Yeah, they're beautiful, but like I said, I want to be able to make sure I could get somewhere and back without being on the side of the highway.
Yeah. I mean, so
And air conditioning.
you guys are totally about the party, and we'll just cut into
Well-
a small sliver of it. I mean, I went to Indiana and did Toys for Tots, and it was like a casino night.
Yeah, that's what we still do it.
And
Just
you guys, it's an
happened.
annual thing.
Yes, we raised a
Around
bunch of
Christmas.
money in toys for a lot of years. It's a good thing. It's good to give back. We give back a bunch of
Was
shit.
St. Baldrick's involved with this, or is that a separate?
No, it's a separate thing. It was a member who had started doing it because he felt like, man, all the bad shit I've done in my life, I feel like I got to give back, and they got a bunch of us to do it. Now he's kind of pissed at me because I just keep shaving it now.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, man, I shaved it once.
I should pull the video up.
It's-
In post edit, I'll put the video up because it is pretty sick to watch you get it shaved off.
I had him do it kind of the fun way, too. It was weird. I wish I had a good head of hair, though, because I wanted to try and grow it back, and I was growing back a little bit, but as thin as it is on this, because I still got hair, but it's so thin right here, and I can't look at it in the fucking
Nah, could you look at it to a certain point and then it'll grow in, or it's just
No,
It's
I mean,
done. It's done.
if I let it
the
go-
ship has sailed.
Yeah, like if 2 months went by, if I could get through 2 months, it'd probably be all right. But I can't do it. And this is so easy to do. I bought this head shaver thing. Takes like 5 minutes.
this thing?
Yeah, you roll it around
heard
your head.
about
It's like
this,
5
yeah.
minutes. It was like $250, but it's
You
better
gotta-
than paying for
You gotta
it.
lube that fucker up.
No,
like,
dry, straight up. You could put shaving
you-
cream.
You
Shaving
do it
cream?
dry, but then
I
does
do
it dry up?
The head, like
Yeah.
moisturizer and shit.
Yeah, you gotta like
nah.
lube it. No, none of
Lube.
that. I don't know.
I only lube
don't know
one
the
thing.
fucking-
Nah, I don't lube it. I probably should though. I got bad dry skin.
Yeah, I got psoriasis. It's something I live with.
You still getting that shit a bunch?
Kim Kardashian has it, so we got a good face for the skin disease. She's okay.
You are beautiful, but you ain't got that ass.
Is her last name West? I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
East.
Jesus.
Speaking of Jesus,
Jesus.
Dorado. I see him
Jesus
from
Dorado.
time to time.
Do you?
yeah.
I used to deliver to him. He
Well,
drives for
He
FedEx.
drives for FedEx. When I was working in downtown Des Plaines, I'd see him.
Delivering?
Yeah, and we'd always say what's up. And then
He's
from
always
time
a
to
good
time-
cat.
He's got a tough beard too. Mm-hmm. Tough beard.
He's got a wife and a couple kids.
Oh, he
couple
does?
lead dogs. I was delivering to him by my old route. He lives in Norridge. He lives by the Gacy house.
Oh yeah.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. Going back to those times, I mean, that's the dude we always got along with. Mm-hmm. All those kids.
Remember
Cheeto.
that? Even in 7th grade.
Sergio
I delivered
Gomez.
to Bill Graney. Remember those football games? It was always the whites against the Mexicans at Iroquois, too. Miss Ratson be
Chris
out there.
Caballero.
No tackling. Chris Caballero lives in Des Plaines somewhere. I saw him on Facebook. I was like, we got to
Him
get
and Hector
together.
Hernandez, a couple of good fucking guys. Those were tough kids back then. Those were the two fucking toughest at Iroquois at that time.
Bill Graney, I got to give it to over Chris.
No, I'm
Chris
talking about of the Mexicans.
Oh, yeah.
Those two were the tough ones. And Bill was tough, but Bill was soft-spoken, quiet guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like,
He
and
was-
now he's a fireman. You know,
He's
you don't
Rudy
wanna fuck with him.
Rudiger
Yeah.
to me. That kid had all the heart, man. I love that guy. I deliver to him now.
I mean, I don't know him that well. From what I do remember, he's obviously a good guy. You
Yeah.
know? I remember him from football, and he always had a good head on his
He's
shoulder.
married to a cop.
Fireman,
just
married.
had a
I
kid.
mean, might as well be a fucking nurse.
He lives in Edison Park, right
Yeah, you
across
know.
the street from Park Ridge. Like his street, one side is Chicago, one's
Good
Park
for
Ridge.
him, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the area you want to be in.
No, you
too,
got it.
if you're in that fucking situation.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, good
I
cat.
used to hang out with him, and we became pretty good friends for a long time. And his mom was a single mom. I don't know if he even knows his dad. They were living with the grandma, and then they went to they got a place in the trailer park, and they were all about watching
Springer.
Spring. Oh, it was like a old
that was-
late night show, not Johnny Carson. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I keep going off at tangents.
Hey,
He was a good kid.
Yeah, good guy. I remember him. Good guy. Fucking tangents. Let's go. I mean, I lived with this guy for fucking 3-4 years of my life. We lived out in 1,000 square foot apartment in Bensonville. We paid $1,000. We paid $1 per square foot a month. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Really, really fucking nice. During that time, you got this great deal with Sirius XM for lifetime.
Lifetime membership, 400. Is it? I think it was $400.
At that time, $400 is $1,000, maybe $1,500.
Yeah, to us for sure.
And I know Howard is Jesus.
Yeah.
Fantastic. People who listen to him are just enthralled. And
That's the reason
like a
why
religion.
Sirius Satellite Radio is where it's at. Without him, it wouldn't happen, I don't think. Anyways, go ahead.
No. So, what I was curious about, because I have no compass with this dude. Is he a pussy nowadays, or does he fucking sack up when it comes to this cancel culture bullshit? Does he still
Cancel culture.
like Roseanne Barr? She sends some Ambien Aryan. She's on Ambien. She sends some bullshit about a black person, and she gets canceled off her show for whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong.
No, sir.
People, you fuck up once on Twitter, you say something, and all of a sudden they cancel you. Howard Stern kind of fucking came up on talking shit, making fun of people, being super
Oh, yeah, he's
like
ignorant.
aggressive. Is that still a thing in his show, or is
No.
he just like?
And that's the kind of the beauty of it, because so on Sirius, on the satellite radio, he's got 2 stations, and one is the live show that he does every day, the one that's happening now, and then the other station plays a lot of the old shit. And he gets in the spots where he talks about like who he was and kind of like the embarrassment of how he got to where he was, but it was all about just being the best and doing anything, stopping at nothing to get the listeners to listen, whether they like them or not. It's like the movie. You've seen the movie, right?
Private Parts, yeah.
It's like the average listener listens for 2 hours or whatever, and people who don't like him listen for 4 hours
Yeah.
because they want to hear what he's got to say next.
So he's pretty much just reeling them in. Then now he's got them. So now he's like,
Well-
I don't got to be the fucking monkey dancing anymore. Now
Well,
you listen to what I got to say.
I don't think it's that. I don't think that he's just changed as a human being.
So he's evolved
Right, yeah.
as an artist.
And he gets embarrassed a lot by like the old shit when he brings it up. He's like, man, I was listening to
Cringe.
our channel, listening to the old shows. Man, he's like, I was such an asshole or whatever, My voice was so ridiculous because he was always uppity. He was always worried about the way his voice sounded. Yeah. WNBC.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Dude.
He is the greatest interviewer, I think,
Yeah, no doubt.
in
no
the
doubt.
world.
Sometimes, like, I'll find out about like a new actor or a new comedian that I'm into, and one of the first things I Google is Howard Stern, and then that name.
Yeah,
You got a little "how you doing" on the lip, but
it happens. I like that. Like that
yeah,
you
because I
noticed.
want to know. He's gonna talk about who they're fucking. He's gonna. I mean, he's gonna.
The
not
way
even that,
he-
but he'll ask that question that like, when you listen to an interview, you go, "Why don't you?" Like, it's not like, "How was that movie?" They're like, "Well, was this guy being a dick on set?" The question I want to hear.
The structure the way he structures his interviews is like, it seems like the way he works at how he's gonna get to the thing, and if he'll pop in with a question completely out of nowhere, where they're talking about something else that they don't want to hear, but then they don't answer it, and then he'll get back to it later. He works people, And now that he's on satellite radio, to have a platform to actually have a conversation with these stars that lasts an hour with no commercials, that's the hugest thing. Because you can't get anywhere in radio when there's a commercial every 5 minutes that you got to go to. That's why,
cut to our sponsor.
Exactly. You're not getting anywhere.
The long form is where it's at to, like, I can give you bullshit for 5 minutes. Get me in a room for a half hour now.
And every
I can't hide.
Like, so for example, like Miley Cyrus, Lady Gaga.
It's actually pronounced Gaga.
Gaga, Lady Gaga. But those two interviews is like, I don't know much about these people except for their broad singers, pop music, and whatever. But when they get on his show, anybody he interviews,
I'd be interested in both of those. So.
Oh, they're so great.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is fucking amazing, really. But when you listen to those interviews, it makes you, any interview he does with somebody who you don't know, you think you might not like, it really brings out the humanity in each and every one of them. So it turns you on to all these different people, and you really learn more about them.
I mean, that reminds me of an episode. You ever see the show Black Mirror on Netflix?
I never watch it.
Oh, so like the premise is kind of like, at the end of the show, the screen goes black, and you're looking at the television screen. It's a black mirror looking at you. Your cell phone is a black mirror.
Okay.
It's kind of like your dependency on technology.
Mm-hmm.
And each episode is independent of itself, so it's not like a season where it progresses. Each one is a different show. It's like the Twilight Zone. And there's like one episode where it's like bees go extinct. So they get these robot bees. This company creates these robot bees that like help
take over for those bees to pollinate. Because bees are going. It's like a thing that's kind of happening.
They like help to pollinate and keep.
Without bees, they're so important to the world and environment.
So they're like robot bees. So somebody like hacks into the system and
makes the bees do something different.
Exactly. So then they start like a Twitter page or whatever it is, and it goes like.
I imagine my little bee with a.
And it goes like, who do you want to die? So like everyone goes on this Twitter page and goes, kill Dan Roggeman. And all of a sudden like a bee goes and just runs through your neck and just fucking murders you.
It's a good way to go.
It just kills you. And then at the end of the moral is kind of like, you're a public figure. I can't stand you. Like Kim Kardashian. I can't stand that bitch. Whatever. Kill her. Go ahead, kill her. If they were to say, who do you want to kill? Just I go kill her, and then she dies, and then all of a sudden, like the bee turns back and kills everybody who told the bee to kill the chick, because it's like you don't even know this fucking person. You know what they want you to know, so you're a bad person because you told them to die. So we're gonna kill you too. So technology takes over and goes.
Bees are getting moral about it.
You're wrong. You're right. All of a sudden,
it's like some Terminator.
All of a sudden, bees got ethics. It's HR.
These mechanical bees got fucking ethics.
I'm telling you, man.
People need to die. Speaking of dying, people need to die. That's what's wrong with this world. I'm fucking 100%.
Like a plague?
Maybe.
We should crack that.
I mean, if we're fucking. There's too many people on this goddamn planet. Thank God we were born and living like in this, century of life, however long it lasts for us. But fucking people need to die, man. Fucking these drug companies keeping all these
long.
Well, the fucking these nursing homes, dude. The fucking what you spend per month, it's fucking ridiculous. Dude. You keep them on these drugs, which you're fucking paying for your health. In church,
you want to get into some assisted living in Glenview? We're talking. Gotta buy.
You want to get some assisted living in the shittiest suburb that has assisted living? It's gonna still cost you $1,000 minimum, and then you're gonna have these fucking people who work there stealing from you. Whatever. Let them die. Let your family die.
Well, the problem is, there's lots of problems.
There's lots of problems. And then you have people having kids who should be having kids. I heard this in the news the other day. I think it was that Buttigieg motherfucker who was talking about having to have a license.
Who?
Buttigieg. I think he's a presidential candidate.
I'm so dumb. I don't know shit.
Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg.
Sounds like a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I like his idea though of having having to have a license to fucking breed a kid. It'll never happen. What do you got going on?
So right now we're messing with a Sauvignon.
I like the way you
I
pronounce
believe
that.
that's how it's pronounced, and it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and this is a 2012. I picked it because I liked the way it looked,
That's how I always
and
pick
I
out
think
wine.
it was $9.99.
That boy.
But let's see how it tastes.
Like red wine.
Yeah, I have no taste buds at the moment, so yeah, it tastes like wine. I definitely endorse this. So, Francis, if you want to send a box of bottles,
Some
go.
wise guy who fucking like, you better endorse this shit.
There's a gun to my head.
I don't care. If 2 people listen to your podcast, you better endorse this shit.
Well, I mean, my father-in-law and my brother-in-law each make their own wine, so I keep all my wine bottles, and then they fill them back up with free wine. I wanted to get a bottle here, but we drink it so fast.
They're like the Italian. You gotta let that shit sit, probably, no?
Oh yeah, they've been making it since like October.
I got
We got some rosé and some.
when I'm running a route delivering water, we have this high-end water. It's in glass bottles.
Wow.
In Franklin Park, all these Italians, they're always wanting to buy these glass bottles off the truck so they can brew their wine in them. They're a hot commodity in the glass 5-gallon jug.
It's kind of like a glug. Yeah,
Glug.
yeah, that's a Norwegian thing,
Is it?
from what I understand. So, what I want to do at this moment is take a small break,
Yes, I
cut to commercial from our biggest sponsor, Francis Coppola, and one of his classic movies.
Yeah,
Give us wine.
because we want to.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
心で見える音がある富士カセットが感性を伝える
Good sound affects the heart.
富士カセット C シリーズ
So,
Talk to me.
I'm going to talk to you. What we're going to do now.
Just pee again. No, go ahead. Game.
No. What we're going to do, we're going to go like this. We're going to bring it back. We're going to say, what we're going to do now is we're going to conclude this conversation. And I want to just say, Dan Ragaman.
Don't make me cry.
Raga, man.
No, you call me Danny like the rest of your family. Reminds me
Danny?
of good old days.
Danny?
Eric, I've known Eric so long. Everybody in his family calls me Danny. Everybody in Pete's family calls me Danny. These are people I've known.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Proceed. What, I mean.
No, I'm done.
So happy you could come here for the second one in the middle of a snowstorm. I feel like every time I do a podcast, there's some type of natural disaster. We still made it here. We still had a great time.
Snow.
We're going to continue this time. And then at the end of this podcast, what we're going to do is we're going to throw you a little sample of a song that we're about to create
We'll
together.
figure it out. And by the way, this guy's great.
We're going to finish
It's
the
gone.
rest of the beers in that fridge. Not even the bottles are done. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and fuck you.
Napianica, beat-ups.
Here's the last glass and a lap. You fucking cocksucker!
Eating pussy.
Oh, God, I shit myself. So, unfortunately, the podcast has to be cut a little short due to a malfunction with my external hard drive. Let me tell you, that shit is not cheap to get fixed. Hope you enjoy what you could hear. Look forward to producing more of these things.
And laughing, yeah. Blasting and laughing, yeah.